I've completed the story twice now. Once as a honorable knight, and one as a light armor, thieving, stealing, killing, lying rogue. That also makes it a lot harder because of all the money you lose, paying fines, and all the debuffs you get from being in prison. And using light armor, which is harder for combat. But it's also more fun to play as a knight, so that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna play on normal because hardcore is just... it's just not fun. Sure, I like a challenge, but this challenge was a bit too much. The early 15th century was a time of turmoil in the Holy Roman Empire, which had flourished under the late Emperor Charles IV, but now, with his son Wenceslas the Idle in the Bohemian throne, was falling into disarray. The king's inactivity angered many of the nobility, as well as his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary, who decided to take drastical action against the empire, I think. Didn't have time to read it all. They uploaded the starting cutscene before this. And I couldn't get the right timing if it was live. So it's just a regular video. Silver Skeleton, 1403. If you don't know what this game is about, you're not a special person. You're just a blacksmith's apprentice. That's basically who you are. Nobody. I do have all the DLC, however, the last one, A Woman's Lot, is gonna come out later. However, Treasures from the Past, From the Ashes, Band of Bastards, and the Tournament, and the Armorer's Adventures of Sir Hans. Those are all, I've got all of those, and they're all downloaded. As soon as Woman's Lot is supposed to come out soon, I thought, why not play it?
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
The lip syncing is off sometimes, mostly during the intro, but some other times too. Another
Henry!
bad part about this as
Get
well.
up now. There's work to be done.
The rendering is a little slow. If you're going really fast on a horse.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you slug of bed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
It's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
And also you get a small loading screen before every piece of dialogue if you want to talk to someone. It doesn't, most of the time it doesn't take longer than a second. The screen just goes black before you actually get to talk.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
It's best to go with strength, in my experience.
I was sweating in the forge all day yesterday, and then I was helping Fritz and Matthew with some errands. So I'd say I have a right to be a bit tired.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
You need strength for archery, not agility.
So I'm learning to sword fight, and what of it? What harm does it do? At least I'll be able to defend myself.
God above, Hal! You know how your father will react when he finds out.
How? What's he gonna do? I'm doing nothing wrong, I just wanted to try it.
On your own head be it then. I can't stop you, and you can deal with your father on your own. Don't come looking to me for help.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
Matthew and Fritz aren't drunkards.
I never said they were, did I? And if I really minded you going for a beer with them, I'd have put a stop to it long ago. I was young once too, you know. And your father was no angel when he was in Cuttenberg.
Of course he wasn't.
You don't believe me? Ask him yourself.
Alright, I will.
You're not a boy anymore, Henry. You're a man, and it's time to start acting like one. Yesterday you promised your father you'd help at the forge. If you made yourself useful now and then, I wouldn't mind your mischief-making so much.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Alright. See my stats. Game level. Static. And I think there was, yeah. It lasts 40% longer without food. Because when you get hungry or you overeat, yes, it's not good when that happens. Now use shields. Gravedigger, you can move bodies faster, but well, dead or unconscious bodies, well, I'm not going to be doing any crimes, so I need to worry about that. And blocking your opponent's strikes with your shield will cost you 40% less stamina. I'm pretty sure you can't even use a shield when you're using a longsword. Morphing. Nourishment is at 40. Each of these spots gets you 25% nourishment. Take this already, so you don't have to do that later. I know another pot is, that's one of the first places I go to. As long as it's above 50, you won't be hungry.
Come here, lad.
At least you're up, that's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? Not drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure, I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? Alright. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
The first thing I'll do after I've got advanced combat training is I'll run, because you probably don't have a horse by then. I'll learn how to read, because you might need it later for a story. It just doesn't look right if you do it when you need to be able to read, you know? You need to be able to read in a place where you can learn to read.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me.
It's not too far from
We're
the
forging a
whole
sword
wall.
for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel.
Might be
Father
one
had them
whole
engraved
in-game
in
day.
Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
I certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Might also do some of the tournament before continuing much further in the story. Yeah, from the ashes. Yeah, that's all. That's everything I have. Season pass. Tournament and the tournament was free. Don't know about the other ones.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
Look, I know things aren't working. Wife ran off, booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt, and I can't leave here without something.
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Been a pleasure.
I love it. Whenever you end talking to someone, like he said, been a pleasure. Fighting is just best if you just keep on jabbing. Fist fighting at least. Other fights is better with slashing and stabbing. Oh fuck. Supposed to just make him run out of stamina, so he can't block as much. I'll run out of stamina then too. He already lost a bit of health. Because when your string goes a bit blue because you're low on stamina, then you can block, but it won't have a use.
You're going to cry now.
Ow.
Sod! I'm over here.
Fuck. The purple meter next to my health bar is his health bar. Can't see his stamina bar. Got him. He's not knocked out, just, you know, he submitted.
I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
I love that you can actually see the damage on the face. Sometimes you can see your own damage if you took enough. However, my head hurts now. The way to solve that is either waiting, eating, or my personal favorite, take marigold decoction, which is basically a health potion. And I don't always want to have full nourishment, because whenever you need it, it also gives you 5 nourishment. You should never try to overeat. Even if you're going for a long journey. Because, I mean, you'll be slower if you overeat. I'll go... Now, he didn't have any money, so I'll give... You can either sell this hammer, axe, and nails. We'll give them to father, and then... he'll give you some money.
What did you actually do in Kuttenberg?
Oh, all sorts. You had to be able to put your hand to anything if you wanted to make a living. But I was never far from iron.
I'd like to see Kuttenberg sometime.
I'll take you there one day, never fear. It's a beautiful city. But in the end, you'll learn the best places here by the Sasa. We've kind nobles, fertile land, and plenty of everything.
And do you know Sir Radzig well?
We've known each other long enough. Yeah, about time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Kunish didn't want to pay, so I got no money for those things you sold him. But I took them in lieu of the debt.
Took, meaning he gave them to you, or took, meaning stole?
He gave them.
If he didn't pay, then they're still ours. How can you steal something that's yours?
Even if you do steal
Give
it,
it to me, then.
I mean,
Here's some money for the rest.
if you just take the axe from outside when he's not looking, and if you can get a lockpick from one of your friends, Fritz, and you manage to pick the lock somehow. If you somehow manage to pick the lock, then because lockpicking is still extremely hard, then you still say the same.
God be with you.
Haggle.
Can we do something
Having is
about
much
price?
easier if you spend more money.
Naturally.
So like what, 7 or something? 5.
Finally, a reason.
Every little bit helps. I mean, it does give me speech experience.
Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
No, it was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two.
The wounds I have now are worse.
No mother's happy when her son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place.
Your father said nothing about the wounds on my face.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
Alright, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
I am on full health. You can also gamble and gamble all your money away. And play dice. It's actually a pretty fun game. I play it in real life every now and then. I actually kinda hate the armor he's wearing. I like plate armor more. I mean, most enemies do have swords, and it's hard to damage someone with plate armor with a sword. It's easiest with a mace, and a bit easier with an axe. I always try to carry a mace when I see a lot of plate armored enemies, because a sword isn't going to do much to them. It's going to do something, but not enough. You also have a note with all the combos you can do, which you have to learn first.
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good.
Wounds
And
are
since
starting to
today's the
heal.
last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
You will actually find this guy later on. Very late in the story.
Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it. All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself.
Funny thing is, that the direction I'm looking at is actually my house, and they're not hearing any of this.
Now you're getting it. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. Fine. The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Now you're getting it. Not bad. Again. Good. Once again.
Well, I did it
Good,
3
good.
times.
Let's try something else. One strike, I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Very good. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
That's everything. It doesn't teach me how to
All right.
block.
That's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Now I've got 2 more things to do. But I am playing as an honorable knight, you know? Fighting for honor. and glory. However, I will help my friends, you know?
Insulting our king.
What? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done all.
You get the redemption, do the complete opposite of that.
He had to lure his
I have no problem shooting an old lady for a little bit of money.
invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Gutenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is
Only in
falling
this, there's also religion,
The
you know?
German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king.
You don't want something bad on your
Wenceslas
conscience.
would not go to their deeds even.
German counts, traitors.
Now,
And your reputation also matters.
You, Matthew. What's going on here? Deutsch is spouting shit. What? Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one never knew?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Ratzinger is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped it like a dog.
Your deal will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobs had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Gutenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes,
But Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
Deutsch has gone too far.
Here's one of the richest people here.
Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot.
What
can you do? I might have an idea.
There's a possibility to kill him.
Doesn't he, Fritz?
I mean, you don't need to do this for a story.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
But you can see that he has a lot of expensive stuff in his house.
Deutsch was talking such
If you break in.
It made me think of that huge Parliament yard. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house. You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But those upstairs all day.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king. So, Al, are you with us?
Jesus, I'm all fucked up.
Oh well. Father can wait a while.
My words exactly.
Normally it heals a bit faster, especially when you take Marigold decoction.
Let's go.
I'm also going to be using some alchemy. So right before we're going to finish everything up, I'm going to pick some marigolds. It's honestly not that hard. I mean, if you can read and you buy a book of the recipe, done. It's pretty easy.
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go lure her away somewhere.
Why me? Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
Wait, did I wash? Maybe now my wounds are gone.
What do you want, lad?
Oh yeah, it's gone.
I just went by the tavern, and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Wait, what? Just something is wrong with the internet quality. The stream's still going. Yeah, stream's still going.
What are you waiting for, soldier?
Yeah, it's not low or anything.
For King!
And basically the only one home today, so I haven't had trouble with connection the last couple of days.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund.
Woohoo! Eat shit, doshes.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
But with picking herbs, you also level up your strength.
Decorating your house for
Because you're bending over and picking stuff.
In the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
I mean, time doesn't progress in this part.
Let's make those smiles off your faces!
I'd like to give it a try. What are you doing here, Zbyszek? Hanging out with this boxy dosher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Doesn't dodge.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
It's pretty impressive that there are so many young people, since half of the kids used to die. Also, Whittaker, an only child. Well, as far as I know. This is why you should never fight 2-on-1 with most fights. Alright, completed that. And that's Matthias. That's Fritz is the one in front, and that's Matthew. No, Matthias. Matthew, Fritz, Matthias. Yeah. If the fight didn't work, then you can come back with your friends. Even when you fight 2-on-1, it's already really hard. Whenever I have to fight 4 people, or more than 2 at once, and they're not, you know, just basic peasants, then I'm probably gonna get on my horse and take a couple out that way. Or try to sneak in and poison their wine. Because I always carry some bane poison anyway. Bane poison, that's really like you hit someone with your sword who's wearing light armor and he's just done for. I don't care who he is, he's gonna die. Oh wait, I just picked dandelion. It's actually pretty relaxing, picking flowers. Yeah, herbalism has gone up. Eventually, when I think herbalism is 8, that's when, buying flowers and plants for potions, it's pretty expensive. So I'm gonna be picking lots and lots of flowers. Luckily, I mostly need marigolds and something else for savior snaps because only three ways of saving: starting or ending a quest, sleeping in a bed that you own or rented so you can save, or taking savior snaps, which you can buy, find, or craft. I mean, time doesn't progress because this is still the tutorial. Like, this is like the longest tutorial I have played. And I've played some long tutorials. Like, once you're out of Skeletons, I mean, that's still not... You still have... I mean, you get credits. And that's when you've completed the tutorial. Yeah, I thought at first that was the end of the game, but no. I was gonna play someone else. It was just an overrated short game. However, I did play this on release. But I mean, the tutorial is pretty long. And time doesn't progress in the tutorial. So we've got all the time in the world to pick flowers. Let's check real quick. Play new. And then use the last one, Clinch Master. If you've got enough fragrant herbs in your inventory, you get +2 charisma bonus. Horse nip. If your horse has enough fragrance in the saddleback, it will shine less. Botanist. Your herbs you sell at 50% higher price. Leg day. Minimum level 10. Herb picking activity will add experience to your strength stat too. See, I don't have a skill in anything except stealth. Because I walked up to someone without him noticing me. I know it's already at 2. Oh wait, no, you can't really there aren't any perks for unarmed fighting. Also, before I'll also train my archery up to at least level 5 before I'll be actively using it. Because I mean, you only hold a bow right at level 5. Or else you won't really be doing any damage. So I'm just gonna be hunting rabbits and maybe some boar.
Greetings, Henry.
At least I don't have to eat them as like in Skyrim. How many marigolds do I have? I have quite a lot. 4 dandelion, 2 mint, 30 marigolds. It's on the dandelion and the mint.
Delicate velvet, beautiful and functional.
No, this bitch isn't by my shit. What about this guy?
Good day.
He sells food. Oh, this guy does buy it. $1.4 groschen. Yeah, close.
Take some home.
Now let's talk to my girlfriend, Bianca.
God save my lovely.
Alehouse
You're looking
wench.
well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course.
Man, this intro is long.
Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Yeah, I've played through the intro 3 times, but
Here you
goddamn.
go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh,
Yeah, I've played as a honorable knight, a rogue thief, and an honorable knight on hardcore.
Robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name
I already
will you do with him?
did everything for
Teach me
him.
how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Does that say? Now what would that be?
Your favorite Sabier Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Yeah, I hate that it's an alcoholic drink. Whenever I know that a fight is coming up, I'm gonna drink some savory schnapps. And I mean, there's really a lot of alcohol in it. Like, almost as much as spirits. And I'll get to halfway to max drunkenness.
Yeah, about
Sometimes,
time.
depending on your perks. Most of the time I have a perk that I get drunk quicker.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done.
I mean, the quicker you get drunk, the better. When I want to get drunk in real life, I gotta spend a small fortune.
Look at that, lad.
Sucks that I have to drink a lot to get drunk.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Radzig ordered it. This will be the finest sword I've ever made. We got the charcoal? Good. We'll fire up the forge and put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
You say the same even if it didn't help
Treason
them.
in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
He still likes me even if it didn't help.
You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologize to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
Furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing.
I mean, he's wearing gloves, but not me. No. If my hand slips, I'll burn my hand.
Do it. Good. Once more.
Means literally red hot.
Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university. And all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far.
Yeah, lip syncing is way
Wenceslas
off.
doesn't have it easy.
It's not always like that.
It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
You think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you.
I gotta get some nails for her. Yeah, I already picked them up out of the chest earlier.
They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Yeah, I already took everything out of that.
Henry, are you alright?
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Bring those nails. Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
I mean, Bianca is much prettier than her, and he's still looking at Teresa.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Yeah, he can barely swing
You
it.
still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
If you look at Sir Isvan, even the fancy people, they're still wearing plate boots.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sass.
I mean, he's not necessarily wearing combat armor.
Thank you for the hospitality.
I mean, it's thick. I mean, you won't take it. You definitely won't take as much damage as what's Henry wearing right now.
Peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory.
Yeah, he is really old for his age, for the time.
I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree.
He has a big beard and a couple of grey hairs.
But first, I'd like to see
Meaning, he's really old.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Yeah, the alarm is sounding already. Basically telling everyone to get to the castle. You know, the way to really get into a castle with a drawbridge is by laying siege to it. The sword that guy used is actually one of the best swords in the game. He's got the Herod's sword. Longsword.
Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the truck. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
This is an extremely long cutscene. I mean, it's especially if you add that bit about Teresa, that you have to end the cutscene a bit.
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the gates!
He actually stopped him.
Are you mad?
Imagine what would have happened if he didn't stop him. He probably just would have kept running. Savages.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Oh, whoops. Oops. I forgot to meet them. I mean, I got ale, but I forgot. God damn it. Because it's optional to help them. Wow, that's fucking terrible. I mean, I was picking some marigolds when I was supposed to meet them. I was gonna meet them after. I mean, it was so close to the tavern. And because the ale needs to stay cool, I just have to pick up some more. This is also optional. Oh, shit. You can't do another attack. You can only do one. I mean, I helped her. There's a possibility of your horse dying. Well, this is not your permanent horse. You're definitely gonna lose this horse, no matter what. Doesn't respond to your whistle. Well, it doesn't respond to your whistle. That's what tells me you'll lose this horse. Pretty early into the story, you actually do get a free horse. However, it is pretty terrible compared to the horses that you can buy. I mean, yeah, sure, there are worse horses. This is when your horse can die if they hit the horse enough. If they hit it too much with arrows. Yeah, see, my horse got hit there.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
The humans really are good on horseback
Warn
archery.
the others! They've torched Scallops! Flee!
I would just, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't run towards Talmberg if the castle's too far. I mean, I have instructions to go to Talmberg. These other guys, they just run through the forest. That guy, you're so close to the forest.
Go! They'll kill you all! Run for it!
Never underestimate bleeding. Bleeding can really put you at a big disadvantage, especially in larger combat. You can't bandage while in combat. Just in talking, I leveled up in speech. You know it won't buck me. This is when I get to that house. Oh, yeah. That's when I'm supposed to get the cutscene. Arrow sticking out of my leg.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Now I'm about halfway done the tutorial. I mean, the world still isn't really open.
Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Scallops. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough
I
before.
mean, look at the blood, it was in pretty deep.
Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
Sir, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Yeah, I'm supposed to load the screen now before
From Skalitz? How did you manage that?
you get a loading screen when washing sometimes.
Sigismund's army appeared out of nowhere. There were so many of them, not just infantry, but cavalry, too. These foreign mercenaries with their strange helmets and the souls of beasts.
Heavens above!
They began murdering. They cut down anyone who didn't flee to the castle and destroyed everything in the path. Terrible cries of the wounded and the dying. Never forget it. It was only by some miracle I managed to take one of their horses and ride here.
How terrible. All the saints in heaven must have been watching over you to keep you alive. But you're safe here now.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on the first night. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great one.
mean, sure, he still made swords, but not many people needed swords. Well, at least where he lived.
You're fortunate our good Lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
Lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms here to Area.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Roast duck. Duck really tastes amazing. If you've ever had it, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep.
You're that lad from Scallops. What in heaven's name?
I can tell you what happened. I don't understand why. We were just going about our usual business when the soldiers came and began their slaughter. Anyone who couldn't flee to the castle was cut down. They destroyed everything. It's a miracle I escaped with my life.
Wait, man, the man should just go down? It's not, what the fuck? My nourishment is supposed to go down when I'm sleeping, not my... But not my, energy.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady... No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady... Thank you. You really shouldn't. could have sent a sermon.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you, Chloe.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
The more you talk, the more your speech will increase.
The day started just
even if it doesn't matter.
Father sent me into town with some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a woman, I didn't mind. With my girl Bianca. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening. But our meeting was never to happen.
Oh dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Townburg and warn me. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Townburg and to warn the rear.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the millwright. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuban savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her.
It was actually optional. You don't say this if you didn't help her.
After that, I stole a horse from her and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the day. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
It's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
Poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either.
You can see my sword in the corner of the room, or Sir Radzig's sword.
I was young when I married my husband.
Opposite corner.
It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel, Medek and Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Bramislive, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
It's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you said?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. Now, we're here.
Well, you're still young. Beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
I'll end it soon as well, and then I'm gonna play the second part of the tutorial.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
Is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Grab a torch. Come on. Alright. I'll end it here. And I'll have a early lunch. And then I'll continue. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.